Nicole likes to boast. Aunt Jordan likes to roast. Sir Charles keeps it crisp. She cues the butter to the toast. Now it's time to keep it real. Competition not close. One stop for debating reality shows and this kids be the mo. I'll be damn. I'll be damn, I'll be damn. Podcast going ham. I'll be damn.
Yo, and welcome back to I'll Be Damn. Guys, we're going to jump right into this topic talking about dating. But first, we got to introduce my guys on the couch.
Sir Charles.
Miss Neat Nicole.
Chad.
Chad?
He's just like you.
You know what? This is how we going to introduce Chad.
I don't know.
Hey, this is how we going to introduce.
Hey, you know what? He do look like that Old Spice dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He gives me that persona, that vibe. It's because I'm a bearded man now.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, you got plans.
Hey.
How come he get a thing? You know what? He's a gas. I guess he's a gas, yeah. Well, how come we don't even get a thing song we introduce?
Because it's the part when this hook come on, you're going to understand why I had this come on. We got to let it roll out a little bit.
Now I wonder where you want to
Let it roll out a little bit, sir Chad. Y'all gotta roll with you one time.
I'm just jealous. Yeah, I'm just jealous because I
Can we go with the part thing? We're gonna leave the door open.
This one that Bruno Mars album, man. That new album that he did. Sonic. Wait a minute, Bruno Anderson.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna go right to that. And the reason why I put that part, we're gonna leave the door open because men, that's what we do majority of the time for a woman. We leave the damn door open.
But they never come
All
in.
you gotta do is walk in.
But they never do.
All you gotta do is walk in.
You have some that are brave enough to do it, but
Right.
but a lot of them never do.
Never walk in.
They never walk
And
in.
so
Why is that, Shanique?
Please
We
tell
don't want
me.
to walk through your door.
Why not? It's open.
Maybe we're better than your door.
Oh, so you got another door?
I mean, if men are always opening doors like you're saying.
Man, we open the
I mean,
door.
you like a chivalrous dude, though, right? And chivalrous dudes open doors. So how come you don't walk through them or get inside the door? That's my question. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Are you stumped? Yeah. You're stumped right now, ain't you? Yeah.
I mean, are we talking about a literal door being held open to walk
No, real talk. This is where we going to, okay? We're talking about dating, first dates, things of that nature, right? When we go on the first date, we don't always give you all of us on the first date because we also want a woman to show that they're interested.
Mm-hmm.
So we leave that door open.
Correct.
But y'all usually be too stubborn to walk through.
Timid, worried about society. what
Y'all
people
want us to
think.
get y'all ass pull you through, then hug you close door behind you.
Well, we want to know it's worth it.
You don't give it a chance to be worth it.
Sure we do.
I mean, in order to know that it's worth it, that's like when you go to Six Flags. You don't know the ride is worth it until you actually ride the ride.
Well, you can read reviews. You can ask people.
But everybody's reviews is different. You can't go off what everybody say.
You can
Nigga, the tank is
You
bullshit.
can create.
Nigga,
your
but when you
own-
ride it, nigga, it's like 80 miles an hour, nigga. That shit ain't nothing to joke with, bro. Like, so what are you talking about? Ride the ride.
Right.
We're literally riding.
But all rides aren't worth riding, and y'all have to understand
True,
that.
but you gotta ride first.
Not necessarily. Why not? I can walk past the ride and be like, no, I don't want to do that.
Hold up, so you say you get the review, so do you get the review on a man that you've never
No,
dated?
I'm saying you can't get a review.
Right, so you gotta test it.
Okay, and say I don't like it after that first.
Okay,
day.
so let's do this then.
Okay.
We're gonna go, dating is the topic, correct? What was your first date that went wrong? First date you ever had that just went down the drain?
Not even the one that first went wrong, but give us your worst
The
date
worst date.
experience. Like, let's go that route.
Okay.
What's the most date that was memorable? Where you was like, this
was
was a fucked
terrible.
up date.
First one that comes to mind.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
See, it's funny when a woman giggles because they got a whole bunch of shit to tell us.
go ahead.
It's just interesting.
Okay, it was one of my friend's uncles
Mhm.
who asked me if I wanted to go to dinner. I was like, sure, like, why not?
Right.
So we went to Ruth's Chris.
Oh,
Um,
went
Alright.
expensive.
Wait a minute, this is
I like steak,
So does every woman.
Expensive date.
so we went. No reservations were made.
Nigga, what?
So hold on, wait, let's pause right there. So this dude took you out on a date, didn't make no reservations, and y'all got in and had a seat.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
this
it was
week-
a slow night. It was a weeknight.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I was about to be like,
Okay.
first of all, this nigga's
What
a
I'm saying.
baller. This nigga.
If he's taking her out on a school night, to Bruce Chris, yes. That would maybe be
Not a regular night, but a school night.
But yeah,
With a
like,
swing night.
Okay, and you know, steakhouses, you valet. Like, they're there to use them.
right.
He went and parked.
Yeah.
So here I am walking in heels from the parking lot up to the door, which, yeah. So we get in, no reservations. They're like, all right, we'll see you. So they go seat us. You know, typical conversation, getting to know each other. He's from out of town, so, you know, just talking.
All right.
We order our, it's time to order our food. I order wine and my meal, and then it's his turn to order, and he asks for the fish. Just like that.
He asked for, how's your Philly mignon?
He asked for
What do you mean,
The
sir?
fish. Can I
Filet
get fish?
mignon? No, your Philly mignon.
So then
He asked
the
for
waiter,
just fish.
the fish. I just had the menu.
Let me get you
And
fish.
gave the menu back to the waiter, and then the waiter was like, do you want any sides? And he's
So he
like,
can't read.
can't read, doesn't know how to
It
process.
ain't the fact that he can't read, he just couldn't pronounce the
Well-
type of fish they were offering.
Then,
What is this, groper? Grouper.
well, then he asked for the salad. He was like, can I get a salad? And the waiter was like, what kind? And he was like, salad. So the waiter opened up the menu and was like, this is what we have. And
What
he
kind
was
of
like, "All
salad do you want?
right, just the side salad.
Let me get that
and then he
Caesar.
was like, what kind of dressing do you have? And so he listed them. He listed vinaigrette. And then he was like, do you have Italian?
You know what, bro? I'm just Let me just get that ranch, my nigga.
And so then, you know, continued conversation, and he was like, all right, so what's the craziest thing you've ever done? And, okay.
Damn, he went right to the
Well,
jugular.
so,
He trying to say she a freak.
no, in my mind, I know where he's trying to go, and my answer was, just got back from a helicopter ride. Like, that's outside of my comfort zone, but I mean, it was awesome, glad I did it. And so, then he said something, I don't remember what his answer was, but it was, when I answered, it was, oh, that's it? That's it? I'm like,
He wanted something
okay.
freaky. He wanted something sexual.
So then we keep going, and then he finally busted out with, what's the craziest place you've ever had sex?
Oh.
And I'm sitting there like,
What kind of shit is that?
correct.
Hold on, are we surprised? That's where it was going. Us as niggas, we know what he's asking. We know where he's going with this.
Oh, how old was this guy?
She was just deflecting and be like, you know what? I'm
Well,
not
yeah, I
gonna do
have to
that.
ask.
How old was this?
He was old.
Because this is
No, because you said my friend's
friend's
uncle,
uncle.
right? As soon as she said that, I was like,
I
oh,
was
I already
like,
knew
oh.
this was wrong.
Blur
I already knew this was wrong.
Now,
Okay.
in trust,
How old?
How old we talking though? Friend's uncle, you know,
Sugar
they're having
daddy
babies at 18. So how old?
he was 54. Now, I did not know that until after I went on the date.
Okay, wait, now I have to ask.
on a date with Richie Douglas.
Oh,
Now, mind you, remember, it's my friend's uncle. My
Right.
friend is like, no, just go have a good time, like enjoy yourself.
You thought you had your sugar daddy.
No, I didn't even. It's a friend of the family. Like, I know his family.
Okay.
Were you at least attracted to him?
Not really, but
So why not?
that's the thing. I've always been told, step outside your comfort zone.
I
I
respect
respect
that.
that. I respect that. That's
I mean,
good.
try
That's
different things,
that's
right?
great. I
So
respect
that's
that.
what I did, and
Okay.
then I'm sitting at dinner getting asked the craziest place I've ever had sex.
right.
So at that point, I threw something out, and then he was, oh, that's it. So then he was like, basically he does orgies, and that's what he does.
Oh,
like he enjoys that. And he was like,
okay.
no, like have you ever done that? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, I prefer to be one-on-one with whoever I'm dating.
So he was about the group sex.
Well, apparently.
So
he's
you know,
no.
like when they go to those locations, everybody's in there to fuck everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like that's what that was even. I want to find these places.
It's about to go down.
I want to know these places are.
It's about to get real with this motherfucker
And
real
so
quick.
he tells me that, and he's like, no, you'd really enjoy it. Like, you should try it sometime. I'm like, no, like, I'm good.
Oh, no.
And so he's trying to convince, and I'm like,
This is the
I'm
first
good.
date.
First date. So then food comes, I eat my food, he's eating, still talking, I'm eating. And
Fish.
then-
Groper. He's eating that groper.
And then, what happened? Then he asked if I want dessert. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Which I
There we go.
He thought you was deserving.
No, but I
Right, yeah,
love.
that's what it's gonna be.
What did he? Yeah, when he
It's gonna
said,
be
"Do
a
you want
steak, like a
dessert?"
bun.
I'm like,
How did he say it? Do you want dessert from the restaurant? Or you like, you
He
want
was
him
like,
for
do you want to
dessert?
get dessert? I was like, no, I'm good. But I love the bread pudding at Ruth's Chris. So me turning down that
You was
dessert,
ready to go.
I was so ready to go.
He was ready to go.
So then we're sitting there. The waiter comes and he's like, do y'all want dessert? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, I just said no. Like, why ask me if? Okay. So
Something
then.
about him. You
Hold
just-
on, hold on.
Oh, okay.
So then he's like, I'll bring you the menu. So he brought the menu, and so he's looking at it, and he's like, what's good? And I was like, the bread pudding is delicious. And he was like, oh, okay. Waiter comes back. So what do you want to order? He's like, that. Now,
Watch out.
that is the creme brulee, okay?
He can pronounce
He
this
couldn't
shit.
pronounce it.
That's tough.
So while, the order's being put in and being prepared, he starts talking, and he's basically like, I want to fuck you right here on this table, and I don't care who's watching. I wanna fuck. And I'm like,
She wasn't ready.
I wasn't.
She wasn't ready.
And so I awkwardly take a sip of my wine, like, okay, like, come on. And I'm looking around, because I'm like, is anybody hearing this?
Help me.
Someone. And
Me.
so then
You in the Twilight Zone right now. Ain't nobody hear you. Can't know you in a sucking place.
And mind you, this is after a while of not dating. So I'm sitting there like, is this what dates are like nowadays?
He was dating Moses.
I mean, but like I felt like it would be a safe first date type.
Bro, you
thing.
were dating Samuel Jackson. I feel like this is Samuel on a date.
They should burn in hell.
From school days.
Oh. That's boy.
So after he says that, awkwardly sipping, like he should know I feel awkward.
Right.
Waiter finally brings the creme brulee back and he puts it down, of course, with 2 spoons, and I'm like, I'm not touching that. And so then he takes his spoon and like starts touching. And like confused.
He doesn't.
He has
He
no
doesn't.
idea what it is.
He ordered something he can't identify. He's like, I don't. He just ordered it because it sounded fancy.
Correct.
Yeah.
What is this?
So he,
What?
so
What is
he
it?
takes a bite. He's like, this is good. He was like, I thought it was like ice cream.
Nigga, what?
So I'm sitting there and I'm just like, could you please hurry up? So
I mean,
waiter
you could have
comes.
left a long time ago. I mean, I understand you wasn't trying to be rude.
Once again,
I respect what you did.
But you know, I do too. I respect it, but it's
She
just
ain't
like,
gotta go back again.
I mean, she
Right.
don't, but it's just like, bro, it's only so much uncomfortable, that I can just take.
Now, mind you, I started the dinner sitting up, being engaged.
Uh-huh.
By the end, I'm sitting back
Your
like
back,
this.
yeah, and that's why I
Like-
say you got to know this body language. You got to know if a female is still interested or if she's just there. Just
Yeah,
to-
that same word of mine too, engaged.
Right.
Wait, so I'm curious. I don't know if I'm going fast forward here,
Okay.
but so at some point, do you like tell your friend about the uncle or
Oh.
so?
She was staying with me at the time. I went
Oh, okay.
straight home and let her
I
do
would
it.
have, I would have whipped your friend's ass. I would have been like, you set me up.
Yeah.
You set me up, and you got to see me.
She
like
basically ended up saying, hey, I just figured you'd get a free meal out of it. I'm like,
that. No,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
a,
yeah.
and that's what we are
and
talking.
hey, and it
You
was
got
a delicious
Ruth Chris.
meal.
Wow.
And I'm grateful for the meal. I can't say I'm that grateful for the experience,
Hey,
but
you
I
was
mean,
trying
that
to
sounds like that was the price of the meal.
Yeah,
Correct.
he was like, I'm paying Ruth Chris, I'm getting that ass. That's what he was talking about.
And I ain't gonna lie, that
Using
back in
high-
the olden days, that was niggas' mindsets back
Right.
then, and it's somewhat still niggas' mindsets right
Yeah.
now.
Right.
Like niggas do have that mindset to where it's like, all right, nigga, if you ordering like salmon and this steak, okay, do realize that's the fucking side of the menu.
Yeah. If
You
I
ordering
can't pronounce
lobster,
it, we
steak,
fucking-
and dip
I
at
don't
this point,
think so.
huh?
Because I feel like
What?
if I can go and order it and pay for it myself, why should I be obligated to sleep with someone because they're buying me a steak?
No.
But if
you're
that's
not
the case, but y'all, but
But
that's the
why
case,
should it
but
be
not
the
a lot of
same?
women are offering to pay for their own meals on the first date.
I mean, not on a date. If you ask me to go out,
True.
I'm not paying for my meal.
And you shouldn't. I
You
agree.
shouldn't. No, I understand that. It's communication right there. If I ask you out on a date, the only way a woman pays for her date is if a nigga asks you out on a date, and then during that date You claim like, oh, this is not a date. We're just friends. Okay, well, we're going to have 2 separate friend checks. That's how that works.
I agree with that part.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're going to have, because I don't pay for my friends.
but I mean, if I'm going on a date with someone, I mean, it's known as a date. It's not, hey, let's go grab some food.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'll do that with my friends, but I'm not doing that just.
Yeah,
Okay.
that kind
But
of.
no, you took it as a
Man
date.
versus
You was like, okay, this is a
Absolutely.
date. No, but a lot of some females will go on what men would think is a date, and then they tell us later on that it wasn't a date. We're just
Wait,
two
that
friends
begs the
having a
question: how does that not get determined?
Prior to.
because nobody
Prior
asks
to the
questions.
date.
Exactly.
Nobody asks questions.
Oh well.
We got that.
That's what I'm saying. That's where communication lies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know what? Cause like you can say, hey, let's go out, and then girl be like, all right, blah 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 blah. No, you gotta establish. Let's go out on
How
a date.
did the date end?
Okay, so brought the check, had my little to-go bag. Now we walk out the restaurant and have to walk to the car. So I purposely
Bougie.
have
Yeah.
hurt.
It bougie.
So I had my to-go bag in my phone purposely.
Oh, so you took your food with you?
Absolutely.
You say, I ain't fucking up this meal.
Absolutely. So purposely in my hand closest
Waste
to
not
him
one, no.
because I did not want him to grab my hand. I didn't want it to be that awkward walk to the
Right.
car or whatever. He grabbed at my hand and I had no choice. Yes, but like it's either drop my food in my phone or switch hands, okay?
Take your ass over.
So walk to the car holding hands. Then we get to
Oh,
the
so
car.
you like, you okay? You went with it? Okay.
I mean, it's either I'm not gonna be disrespectful.
You thought he was gonna take your doggy bag?
Maybe.
You
No,
probably
but
be
I
like,
mean,
hey, first of all, you got to earn this thing.
I mean, holding hands is nothing though. Like
Okay.
people hold hands all the
You
time.
right, you right.
So we get to the car and I'm expecting, or he opens my door, and so I'm about to get in, and he grabs me, and so like he has his hands on my waist, and I'm sitting there, and I mean, talk about a arch my back to stay away from his face, and so then he pulls me in for a hug and tries to kiss me, and he gets a mouthful of hair,
Oh.
and so then I pull back, and then I sneeze, and
Oh, wait, hold on.
Sneeze now. That's part of the story. You just sneezed now.
No.
Oh, right now.
yeah, whenever he was hugging me,
Oh,
I sneezed.
hold on. Why do I feel like her sneeze was like she gave him head and then she was like, she tried to kiss her again. She was like, yeah.
She had one of them COVID sneezes. When you try not to sneeze because you think everybody gonna think you got COVID.
I don't feel like it was a regular. She's like a tree. I feel like she did the most unattractive female sneeze.
It was a normal sneeze. So then he's like, oh yeah, let's get you home. And I'm like, okay.
You got
Hey,
a
said,
cold.
I ain't fucking
You
this
got a
time
cold.
to
Let me
save
take care of you.
No.
You have a cold.
So
I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that coughing, sneezy, smelling.
So I get in the car, and then he walks around, gets in the car,
Okay.
and I expect him to, turn the car on and
Yeah.
then reverse.
Right.
No, he didn't turn the car on. He starts to try and talk, and I'm like,
After he said he was gonna take you home.
yeah. So we're sitting in the car without the car on, and he's trying to talk. I don't even remember what he's talking about, but I'm uninterested.
Yeah, because they don't hear shit. Once they're done, they don't hear nothing that's coming out your mouth. They just like, yeah, all right, yeah.
And so, and I mean, allergies might have been happening, so I was just not interested.
Yeah, you allergic to him.
Probably. So, then he says something, and I think I laughed, and so he came and tried to get another kiss.
Oh, that was his door. He opened.
He's like, huh? I made you laugh. That's where the kiss, ain't it? Nah.
So, to show you how done I was, when he came for the kiss, I turned my head and said, nope. And I'm like, I just said nope. I really just said nope. And so he was like, oh, I thought, we were feeling each other out. And I'm like, I'm just getting to know you.
He didn't
like,
realize that after the first time you tried to kiss me, you gave him a
Hair.
hair, and then you gave him a wet ass sneeze.
Yes.
Kind of sounds like somebody that'd be a dot on a map. So, not really allowed to be transient around parks and
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
That thing sound like R. Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one thing to be clueless and not really know the vibe of the night. This is getting like.
I think he's the type of dude, he's so used to women, like, falling at his feet. Like, he's used to all of this working.
So he's not used to it working like that. You made him
Right.
do it.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Okay.
I'm sorry, first
But
date-
he was what, 54?
Okay.
He get to the point. He too old.
No,
to
yeah,
do it.
exactly. He already has an old nigga mindset.
Correct.
So of course he's like, nigga, I'm trying to. 9 times out of 10 niggas have that mindset, especially when they're dealing with people, you know, when you're dealing with people at that age.
First date period outline.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's outline first date period.
I mean, it is, but they don't think so. Especially because niggas comes from different eras. So we know, like,
That is an era.
that is an error. Yes. Not an error, but an error.
Yeah.
Like with an OR. So
That's era.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
But
I'm
it's
not
funny.
surprised.
It's funny
No,
laughing
it's,
at your
I
pain.
can laugh at it.
Yeah,
I mean,
we laughing at your pain
Thank
right
you
there.
for sharing your traumatic
Yeah,
experience.
yeah.
I mean, for the
For
record,
entertainment.
You gave me that soul blow.
For the record.
Far better than I.
no. I mean, after that, I mean, you know, at the end of the night, thanked him, told him goodbye, and ran up to my apartment to tell on him
To his niece?
Right.
and
Your uncle been tripping.
Right.
Nah. You know what your uncle. You know your uncle for how long?
Right.
And you know
Oh, man.
that this was not gonna go with. Who just got somebody up with their uncle? Like that's very awkward
Well,
within
the
itself.
uncle-
Girl, I think you'd be great for
the
my
uncle had. So I had met the uncle before,
Yeah.
like at
Okay.
a wedding.
Did he look 54?
No, and I had thought he had said closer to 40.
Nigga still old. Compared
Right.
from that time you dated.
Like
And
I
how
said,
old were you at this time?
I don't remember.
12.
No.
The day was so bad she can't remember her age at that point.
Yeah,
in
I
time.
don't remember.
Yeah, that.
30-ish maybe.
Yeah.
30-ish.
Yeah, that
I
was,
mean,
that was
ultimately-
Uncle Ruckus.
It happened. I never spoke to him again.
Yeah. So pretty much your first date was just trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna go.
We just gonna chalk it up.
I
forgot this was
like
important.
that's
Yeah. month
yeah.
one.
We just gonna chalk it up. It was
Funny.
trash,
First date.
and you know it
What was? Go ahead. Now what? Let me give me yours. I know you.
Do
stay
I have a
having-
first date?
I know you got shit to say. So
Or bad first date.
I know. Yeah.
a
What's,
bad first date.
yeah. What's your worst first date?
Oh, that's tough. Like I really haven't had like just super bad first dates where I'm like it was memorable like that. Well, I will give you a date where I thought it was cool, but then you know, come to find out later on it wasn't. So I'll give you that. And because we were talking about this at the barbershop, the chick, her name was Janae. Her name, huh? Oh no, she deserves this. No, that's why. That's why I'm giving her
Oh.
name. No, she
It
deserves
must have
it.
been bad. He didn't give out.
No, it wasn't the fact that it was a bad date. It was just she the type of woman that she is and still is to this day. She deserves this and people to know her name. And she's also a YouTube personality. Yeah, get your vest ready.
Let me get
Her name on YouTube is
Oh.
Janae Amore. Yeah, her real name is Janae.
Fine.
That's not her real last
Give me
name.
the story.
But I'm about to give you a story. Yeah, no, but Janae is her name. But
With a
with a J.
Oh.
J-E-N-E-E Amore. A-M-O-R-E, I think that's how you spell it. Yeah, it's on Instagram, yeah. She's from Austin. If you want to look her up. Yeah, I'm being picky right now. But okay, so you know, I met her at a party, and you know what I'm saying, she looked good, she was light skinned, all that type of stuff. And so I asked her out. I said I said, hey bro, let's go out, let's go out. I mean, without getting into too much, you know, you can look her up. I gave her
Without
name.
getting into too much.
Too much, I can look her up.
You
You
did
gave her
I
social
did.
security number.
I did, yeah, 635
Like, I know
555 97899.
Please.
But so we went out on a date, and we was in Denton. This is when I was in college at the time. We went to Hooligans in the Denton Square, and you know, at first I was like, okay, this is a good date. She didn't show no crazy signs, nothing like that, nothing. And we were having great conversation, I felt, and you know, we were just talking about past relationships, you know, what she's looking for, what I'm looking for, all that type of stuff. My mindset at the time, I was looking for a relationship. So, and I'm thinking after the first date went well, you know, I tried to link up with her afterwards. And, you know, she stayed in the dorm and I stayed in my own apartment. So, I tried to link up with her and she would link up at times, but then there were times when she would like make excuses.
Get to the juice, nigga. What happened?
I'm about to get to the juice. She was making excuses and shit like that. So later it comes around and her best friend snitched on her. And her best
What's
friend
your best friend's name?
Monica.
Boy.
Watch
This
it.
nigga here.
I was
Bro, this was back in like 2011.
And you remember it.
I sure do. I remember everything. Yes. So,
Snitch, go ahead.
yeah, her friend Monica snitched on her, and I was like, hey, because I asked her, I said, hey, what's up with your friend? You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought we vibed and everything like that, so I thought everything. She's like, Corey, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. You know, she talked to me after that first date, and to be honest, she really didn't even want to go on that first date. She just went out with you just because she wanted a free meal. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, don't tell her I told you that, but you seem like a good guy, you seem like a nice guy and everything like that, but I just wanted to tell you because I didn't want you, you know, to keep wasting your time, you know, trying to contact her and stuff like that. So I said, thank you, I appreciate that. And so after that happened, I stopped pretty much communication with her, and I was like, okay, so she's not for me.
Mm.
This was the kicker. I wasn't mad at her or anything like that. I was like, all right, bet. She wasn't interested. I was like, if I see her around, cool, be cordial. So I had a party. Invited her to the party, and mind you, we're drinking and stuff like that, and I'm talking to another chick at the party, and she's there. Next thing you know, I know it. She just storms out, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck going on? Why she storm out like that? I'm asking her friend all the type of stuff. She storms out to the car, and I said, hey, what's up with her? She was like, Corey, she's mad because she saw you talking to the other girl. And I said, why is she mad? And she was like, because you were talking to her and, you know, you was interested in her. But I was like, but she wasn't interested in me. So why is she mad? Because
Did you personally invite her to the party?
I did. I invited everybody. It wasn't like to piss her off or nothing like that.
Because you personally invited her. She thinks she's coming there
For you.
for you.
No, she's not coming there for me. It's like, hey, I'm having a party like everybody does in college. I'm having a party. Even if I didn't invite her, she probably would have found out there was a party going on.
Right.
I did. And I found out that she didn't like me. And I was like, okay, leave it at that. But her and her friend, I just invited them to the party. I said, hey, I'm having a party. I put it all out there.
You're just trying to bring other people. Get a party.
Exactly. And get a whole party.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just a party going.
Right.
So it wasn't no, hey, man, once you come to this party, you know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be dope. What you doing with me? You know what I'm saying?
So she got mad. And
She got mad. She stormed out. And Monica told me she was mad because she saw me talking to another girl. And I was confused. I'm like, bro, you don't like me. Why are you upset? You literally went out on the first. She was like, Corey, I don't understand it either, but that's why she's upset. I didn't entertain it. I said, okay, well, sorry that you got to deal with this, because she had to go with her friend. I said, you can come back and enjoy the party, but I know that's your friend. You got to go with her.
Right.
So I was so freaking confused. You're mad because I turned my attention to another woman, but she didn't know that I knew that she went out on a date with me just to, you know, just to get a free meal. She didn't know that. So, and I never let her knew that I knew that. So therefore she's jealous because she sees me talking to another girl when she thought I was interested in her. So it's like, okay, well, I mean, you played yourself. I mean, your friend played you, but I mean, like, because she told me, but you played yourself, and you deserve it. So, and I'm sorry, I'm not sorry.
So that, I mean, that was a pretty.
I mean, it was boring, but I mean, like, that's not. I mean, like, I never had really bad dates.
Ago, it doesn't age.
Exactly,
Like,
I never really had bad dates.
It
like
appreciates
that.
in value.
Yeah, I never really just had bad dates like that. Because normally I realize, before I even take a girl out on a date, I realize bullshit before I even go to that point of spending my money.
Yeah,
My money is valuable
would
to me.
do.
I mean, it is, but that's why, like, when I come to first dates, I'm very picky on who I take out on a date, because you don't know who is actually going on a date that's genuinely likes you compared to someone.
You ain't gonna find it out till you go on a date.
I mean, you don't, but it's like
You want a mad creative player chick on this.
you say what?
You want
I mean, I guess so. You right. You sure right. Because my nigga, I'm spending my hard-earned money. If I believe on taking a woman out on a date, I'm spending my money. My money is precious to me, so I'm not gonna waste it on somebody who doesn't deserve a date. I'm not gonna do that. I feel like every man should have that mindset.
Yeah, well, when we're gonna get back to your boring standards in a minute. We'll go ahead and take this break. I'll be damned.
That was so boring.
I mean, what did you want me to say? I just gave you a date. I gave you one.
But you could have said
But I
that
never.
like a
But
bitch.
like,
One.
but that's why I asked Chad. Like, Chad, have you really had any bad
day?
dates? And he was like, no.
No, I mean, I came up with an answer for that one, but I can't think of.
Just something that just stood out. Like yours.
I can think
women,
of one,
women,
but
y'all
it
have
ain't gonna touch your stuff.
women
I
have
would
it.
rather you just said shit.
That was
I got
actual
no
trauma.
first date.
But I mean, like, I wanted to do something, and I was like, I ain't gonna bother
Mine's
with
a
because like she got. I was like, I want
She's
to put
not
her ass
cute.
out.
I just looked her up. She's not cute.
Yeah, I did look her up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, she was cute at the time. I mean, I don't know how. I mean,
she changed in 10 years. Yeah, 10 years.
yeah.
Oh, is that really what y'all were doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they looked her up. That's why I said I don't care. Nah, she wasn't gonna remain anonymous because she's the one top. She was the one on YouTube. Janae Amore.
J.E.
J-E-N-E-E Amore.
That's what it said, nigga, when I met her, we went to the square, we ate ice cream, matter of fact, we had sprinkles on top of that shit.
Nah.
I did like sprinkles, what happened with the
That's
sprinkles?
why I was like, nah, I just want to get to the point where I found out that she was using me for the meal and she got jealous for no reason. So I'm like, but
No, she got jealous because when you invited her, she took that as Corey wants me
She live
at
right
his
now.
party.
huh?
She live.
Oh, she is?
Oh.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah,
She
yeah.
lied?
Pop in there real quick.
Pop in there and tell her to
Tell her, hey, this nigga
Corey
just talk.
said.
Corey just talked about you on his
Corey
podcast.
says, yeah.
Corey just talked about you. I promise you.
Whatever I have to offer.
Do it, bud. This is to get our content going.
I'll be damn, podcast going ham. I'll be damn.
Welcome back to I'll Be Damn. We just gonna jump right in topic with the perfect song to go on with.
Why are you playing this song?
Dating, because somebody need love right now.
I have love.
It's
I
been
have
a lot of
love.
feelings hurt. It's been a lot of hard times.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I stare at the wall.
The band-aids has been ripped off. we got a hurt around this motherfucker right now. We gonna go ahead and cut
So
that
you know
short.
what? I'm gonna go ahead and start it off real quick. Shanique said I need to take a shot because my story was boring. And
I agree.
I understand because, bro, I really just had
Man,
not
take
too
two.
many bad first
Take
dates.
two of them.
I ain't taking two. I'm taking one.
Yeah, you
But I
definitely
still
need
gotta
one.
drive.
Yeah.
My designated driver ain't here right now. So
It picked up though.
Yeah, it picked up. We gonna show y'all how it picked up. Just not right now.
let's
We gonna
just
show
say the
y'all how it
person
picked
I
up.
was talking about has responded.
Yes, they did.
And they are upset.
In a way. Some feelings got involved in this. Hey, but we gonna welcome back my boy C. Lacey. How you doing, C?
What's up, man? I'm
Man, don't call him C. What's his name?
Corey.
Exactly. Another Corey on the show.
man.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got an E in that bitch, but it's all good.
I know.
It's all
No
good.
E's.
Spell it the
Yeah.
correct way.
Oh my God.
I told you, me and your mama gonna have a discussion about that later. We're gonna change it. We're gonna change it.
So Corey, we're on the dating subject, man. Like,
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question on the dating subject. Do you think if more first dates would be blunt, like, how do you think that would go if a man would say what they really wanted on the first date?
A man and woman.
No, we're going to man first.
No, it's perfect. Well, he's right. He's saying correctly.
I want
Because
men
you gotta
first.
go with what would men really say
On the first
on a
date.
first date.
If a woman would just be so hurt by it, what you
Mhm.
think? What would you say on the first date for a woman that you thought was bad? You met her at a bar and whatever. How would that first date go?
Like, what would I say, or if I was blunt?
If you was blunt,
Yeah.
like what's some things on your first date that you wanted to say but you did not say?
I don't know. I speak my mind.
So if you say, hey, I want to fuck on the first date, you gonna let
Yeah, I
her?
probably wouldn't go that
Love
far.
man.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
Why
but
not?
like,
That's the truth.
yeah, I mean that could be the case.
But you ain't gonna say that because you know a lot of women can't handle the truth.
But there's also a respect thing.
What's disrespectful about it?
That's honest.
That's honest. We're
It's
telling
honest with
we are attracted
respect.
to you and we want to fuck you.
You can say it in a more eloquent way.
We are attracted and I want to lay down
So if
with
we
you.
just said we want to have sexual
I want to
relations
lay
you,
with
is that
you.
better?
Better than I want to fuck.
Okay.
Okay, I want to lay with you.
Once again, tone
Oh my God.
I want to.
and delivery.
I want to fuck.
Yeah, I agree with the
I'm running
delivery.
away.
I was trying to do my Prince voice and
The
then
age-old rule of it's not what you say,
It's
how you say it.
Okay.
So that makes sense.
So
Thank
it-
you for having my back.
Listen,
because-
I feel like I've walked into like.
But how can you say
anti-Steve
that?
Harvey
No,
space.
Yeah.
So I'm not here to be the Derek Jackson of the group. However,
Thank God.
I'm really not. But
Whew.
I mean, certain things. Yes, yeah. I get that.
But how do you say it? How do you say it then, Shay?
You can
In a
eat.
polite way.
Um,
I got it.
I don't think it's like a first date thing unless
Yeah.
unless you've been vibing, y'all going out, y'all doing stuff. The dinner went well. You go out and you do something else, play pool, bowling or something, and that vibe and that chemistry is
Okay.
there. Then like you can be like, look, you trying to come back to the crib or something. Like if you
But
Nice.
that's
Okay.
even different than I want to fuck.
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
check it this
Yeah.
in. Let's go here. Say you already had conversation with this person, y'all thinking about going out for a date. if you go out and you're spending a certain type of money, you go into a certain type of place, and you dress a certain type of way, do you expect a certain type of result at the end?
If you take a girl for a steak dinner, should you
Be
able to
honest,
fuck?
bro.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not taking.
Do you order the fish?
I'm not. I'm gonna be honest. It's levels to it. So like,
You right.
you're not gonna go straight out to a Perry's or something steakhouse like
Why?
on date number 1. That's not happening.
I mean, it's not
Right.
the expectation, but if that's where a man wants to take someone on their first date, why
You know
not?
why we
Well,
take y'all there?
If she asking for that, that means you should know that. Again, you've already leaped levels of places
Yes,
to go eat.
yes.
So if you're going to this level to where you got to get this reservation, where you're about to spend $150, $200 on a plate, you got to have expectation. Like at minimum, like you talking about, like you feeling
least
strange
kiss.
about holding hands and a kiss.
Right.
Now that should be off the top.
Yeah.
But see,
That's off the top.
money doesn't value, or money does not
Yeah, go ahead and spit that shit out.
decide.
Say it. No, don't
What
try to
should
be
be
politically
expected.
correct. Say it how it needs to be said.
I mean,
Here,
Money
I'll
doesn't
say-
what?
I think I'll say it for her. Money doesn't mean that a woman has to fuck you.
Right.
Like,
It
Agreed.
doesn't.
I didn't say
It doesn't.
sex.
no, I get it.
But
But,
it's levels
or
to it.
really,
I
any
agree.
But we're not gonna sit here and act like that women, when we use our money to lure them in, that's not like what we're looking for. Like that's why men flaunt their money.
Women use
women
men
their,
for money.
Women use their looks to lure in men with money.
Exactly.
So why
so
can't
it's no
you use
different.
your money to get some ass?
So that's a different. Like
Exactly.
I don't think it should be an expectation.
I put
Well,
it like
y'all
this.
expect it though.
I put it like this.
Not necessarily.
If we go into Denny's and you get a grand slam, and you get that $5.99 grand slam, we just having a good time and we talking. But,
Okay,
but,
so-
hold on. But if we go to Paris, I'm expecting a grand slam for real.
Okay, so if a man
I'm
asks,
expecting a grand slam.
For sure.
I'm just saying,
so if a man asks me on a date and says, "Hey, I want to take you to Perry's,"
if he say that, he's something wrong with him.
You know what? Listen,
Not-
like I
not
said,
that
that is
you
a
want
man's
to
Go
say.
Right.
ahead,
Let's
finish
say.
that.
if he says that, should I be like, "Okay, if he's taking me to a steakhouse, that means he expects me to fuck him"? Okay. No. How about we go to Denny's? Like, should that be the response?
Ain't no woman doing that.
But what I'm saying-
No, time out. Ain't no woman doing that. A nigga say he taking you to Three Forks,
You gonna go.
Perry's,
You going.
Del Frisco's.
You going.
You are going. You are
But
not
I'm
saying,
not
hey,
going if
I
I'm
think
going-
you're trying to fuck me if you take me to this
But
restaurant.
I'm-
So how about we go to an IHOP?
But
You
what
are
I'm
not
saying is
doing that.
The expectation shouldn't be if a man takes me to an expensive restaurant, I am supposed to fuck.
He's trying to front.
I agree with that. But do you
Yes,
expect to go to an expensive restaurant?
Not necessarily. That's the thing. I'm
That is a lot. Okay, I'm not
I-
saying for you.
okay.
No.
I think-
I'm not saying for you, but for most women,
No.
they
They
expect
want the top
the
line.
whole
No.
red carpet.
No.
I'm
On
telling
the
you
first
right
date.
now.
Maybe a
yes.
certain type
Yes,
of
nowadays in society, yes.
I don't agree with that.
I don't either.
You
I
don't
agree.
think so?
No.
No.
No, I see, because I think where we mess up at is we go and try to take a woman and give her all this lavish
We
shit
try to
at the
impress
beginning. Impress her, but then you have to keep that.
You gotta be consistent, and you can't keep that
Yeah.
consistency because you don't have most people.
True.
Don't have
If you
that.
take
But
a
that's
girl
why I
on a
learned-
regular Olive Garden date and she cool with it and y'all enjoy yourself, you can repeat that.
Right, but that's why I learned early, like after that incident that I had, I was like, you know what? In order for me to determine a woman is for me or is a genuinely good woman, the first date is ice cream and a walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you're not good with that, or if you have a problem with
Then you're not
that,
gonna get
you know what I'm
the
saying?
steak
Then that you're not worth me spending my
I agree.
hard-earned $200
See, that's the
for a steak.
problem with our generation. Not, I even say our, y'all generation.
I put it like this.
They do that too much. They go and they put on a fake facade to bring a girl in. But the problem with that is because y'all are making it feel like you have to do that to keep y'all attention.
And so now that's all I'm finna say because you get like these chicks who want these athletes or entertainers or whatever, right? And so obviously they got the money to trick off because they got bukus of money. So they're gonna take you out to something and they spending this and get you a bag and all this. So then you get your average day somebody who's working 9 to 5, grinding harder. They may got their own business or something. They take you out, but you just went out last week to somebody who
They're messing up the market.
Think about it.
Right,
No,
yeah.
no,
But
check
that's
this
not
out.
high.
No, check this out.
Economic go
but
to the supermarket.
no, that's what I'm saying. But now you got the women got this expectation now because you went out with this dude who doesn't have any intentions other than this night with you, right? And they got the money to spend to do this. Then you got somebody who's willing to put in time or whatever, but they may not can drop $2,000 in one night on going out to VIP this, and you can, but you're gonna be hurt by doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you used to this now, and then you get this, you feel like you downgrading.
Yeah, they ecstasy. What happens when you have sex on ecstasy? You have that high level expectation, and you don't ever hit that peak again, and you're mad. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got that.
Yeah, because once y'all are used to getting something like that, you don't want to go back down. It's like when a man is used to so it's like with a job. When a man is used to working a job and let's say he works at like fucking Walmart distribution or something like that, and he's making like 19 an hour. Let's say if he quits that job or goes to another, he's not expecting to make less than that. Yeah. After that, once you experience that taste, you establish that high money. You want to go above and higher than that.
Once again, is it the woman's fault?
No, right there, that's actually the man's fault because the man is tricking off is giving that expectation to the woman.
He is. It's true. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, should a woman be mad or is it bad that if a woman is used to a certain level of standards, to not want to go below that?
No, but see, I wouldn't say that's necessarily a standard.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying.
You don't want to go for Cristal to fucking Hawaiian punch.
Right.
That's but the preference and standards go both ways. Perhaps, like, we can sit here and talk about, oh my goodness, like taking somebody out to Three Forks on the first date. Now, I will sit here and be very honest with my financial situation. That's not happening on the first date.
Right.
However, for somebody else, like they say, it ain't tricking if you got it. If they have it, then they're not tricking. So, like, for them, what we would equate to taking somebody to a corner bakery or something.
Right.
Yeah, like that's Mickey D's for them. Yeah. But I think the simple solution to this, instead of like looking at it as a scale of, all right, well, once we've done this thing and it costs us amount of money or whatnot, I have to stay within this threshold and move up higher.
Right.
The good news is that you can just do different experiences. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
That's what I'm gonna say. That to me, I would say is the simple solution to that. Because yes, perhaps you're not going to spend $200 on a meal every time. I would hope that most women and people in general can understand that the average American nowadays, especially probably can't do that. But if we believe that there are other experiences of worth, of value at all, then that's not as much of a problem. And that's both for men and that's for women. But it's very much two-way street.
We're not going to sit here and make it seem like women nowadays, a lot of women, I'm not going to say all, but a lot of women nowadays are not looking for this. They are. Like, let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if when you tell them that first date, a lot of women, if I say, hey, I don't even have to tell you we're going to ice cream, but if I take you to Marble Slabs for the first date, or if I take you to Whataburger or Mickey D's or whatever, I'm just looking to have some good food and conversation. And if you're not down with that, or you just mad because I didn't take you to a fancy ass restaurant, then that's a problem for me, because 9 times out of 10, I'm not looking to just splurge on you, and then I'm just looking to have a good conversation and some food.
Real talk.
It's that simple.
I'm going first meet. We're going like Starbucks. I don't even drink coffee.
Right.
The reason being, for me personally, if I can't have a conversation with you, like I've had a date where you went out to a fancy restaurant and this person has no type of conversational skills, right? That's an awkward ass meal, right?
Right.
So you just sit there, you eat expensive
food,
and you can't talk about
and
nothing,
you gotta pay for this
so
food.
Exactly.
When that bill come out at $200, you're gonna be like, nigga, this shit. This
we can't
not
talk
worth
over
$200.
coffee, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting lemonade or something. We can't talk over this $12, $15. We definitely not gonna get to Osborne and the Perry.
I'm like the Weekend. You know the Weekend?
Hold on. She been trying to
Go ahead.
She been trying to get a little word in.
Let me be clear.
Okay.
The expensive dinner is not the standard. Okay? Is it a kind gesture? Absolutely. Will I enjoy my steak? Absolutely. Do I hope the conversation's great? Absolutely. Am I sitting there thinking, because I'm here at this expensive dinner, I'm going to have to fuck him after? Absolutely not. Because I feel like the person I'm sitting across from should have the respect of me to not expect that. Okay?
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with what you're saying with that.
Okay. Yeah. But going to Starbucks, going ice cream, picnic. I mean, driving around.
But you're speaking from your
Your
perspective.
But I'm
because
speaking
the normal.
The average
If we
Joe,
had somebody, if we had an
No,
average
Nick.
Joe woman on here right now,
Unfortunately,
that would
that's
not be good enough. Then it would let you know that that's
Wait a
not
second
enough.
though, but so is it a consensus that we think most women do this, or
I put it like
A
this.
good high
significant
percentage,
minority?
now in today's time, a high percentage, yes.
Very, very, very high percentage.
High
actually
percentage.
Down talk men and talk shit about the dates they went on, and they go to
Girl,
the
he
place
took
that
me.
they went.
Girl, he took me to Marble Slabs. Can
Yeah.
you believe that?
Those
Girl, for
are
real, Marble
conversations.
Slabs. Yeah, girl. No, it ain't
That's
no
what
girl.
I'm saying.
We went out for ice cream. We had a nice walk, and we had good conversation. It ain't never gone like that. They always go for what did that nigga do? What did he take you on your first date? No, it don't matter. I'm looking for the vibe.
Okay. First official date you and your wife went on.
Let's go.
Official date
Yes, sir.
to my house.
And what happened?
I'm keeping
He
it
no. Before you continue,
Mm.
you are not slick.
What's wrong?
You was like, I'm at my house. The bed is right there. You know what I'm saying? She's
No.
not going.
Did you cook for her or what?
What did you do?
What
happened?
What did you do? What did you spill?
No, tell her. Shut up so we can tell her.
To be honest with you, the date wasn't even like a date. Like I was, be honest with you. No, I'm gonna be real with you. And my wife, hey, my wife's right over there. Hi, honey. How are
She
you?
sure is over there,
How
so
you-
you better start talking.
We don't keep it a buck. I didn't try anything. I was 100% a gentleman, and I treated her with respect. There was no expectations for anything other than a conversation. Am I lying?
Gloria.
Was y'all watching TV?
Friends though.
We were friends but first.
Okay.
Okay, all right,
Friends,
all right.
And then this date happened.
Okay.
And did y'all fuck on the first date?
Hell no. She wanted to be my wife.
Okay.
That's number one. You know, but
So
then.
that goes to show you can spend nothing
Uh-huh.
and
It's
be.
possible.
That is possible.
But you know, but it's a
hold
rare.
on,
It's a
hold on.
rarity. though.
Exactly. Hold
That's
on.
the difference.
And I'm gonna go to this, Chad. How many times did you go? Everybody ain't got a Gloria, Anthony.
I've said that several times.
Yes.
It's a
And see,
testament
that's
to
the reason why she's my wife
relationship.
because that's not normal.
Yeah, it's a rarity.
That does
But-
not happen often.
If without interrupting your story, I'm interrupted. I'm sorry. Full circle though, but yeah, to that point, there aren't very many Glorias. There may not be very many Shaniques, and even if there is an abundance of women or whomever that are just looking for free meals,
Right.
preference is a two-way street. If that's what they prefer, if you prefer the vibe, and I get it, like I would prefer that as well.
Yes.
But if that ain't what they want, then that's not the person that was going to be for you in the first place.
True, but you got to figure that out.
And that's
Because some
what-
people will put on a facade on the date. They will make it seem, just like the girl I was just talking about. She made it seem as if we were having a genuine date. It's called acting.
Yep.
Okay? But then later on, when you get around your people and say, hey, I didn't like this nigga like that. I just went out for the free meal and all this type of stuff.
Or
You
she genuinely believed y'all were friends, just going to
No,
have.
she's a good actor.
No.
She
She's
started-
a
she
great
started crying
fucking
on
actor.
YouTube. She
No,
started
she's
crying.
a great
I
actor.
tried.
You did try, and I understand women. It's okay.
But
Two things aren't mutually exclusive.
It's not.
You
It's
great
not
actor,
because
and-
guaranteed if she had told me that in the
Yep.
beginning,
You
hey,
would've
I'm
knew
just
what's
looking
up.
just
You
to be
would've
your friend, and I'm just going out on this date as you as friends. I'm like, cool. Well, you're gonna pay for your meal, and I'm gonna pay for my meal.
Ain't
I
nothing
don't
wrong
mind
with that.
company.
Nothing wrong with that. But me, how I would do as a man, if I find out a woman really didn't care nothing for me, didn't care, I'm moving on. There's another one out there. Keep it rocking.
Exactly.
That's
So
it.
it's like, I don't care
You
about
come
what
a
you
dime
want,
a dozen.
Care. We finna go keep
So
moving.
many.
We finna go pick this up. You wanna go next? Come on over.
Come on.
Exactly.
And we're gonna keep moving.
Exactly.
And so it's like I'm not gonna really care too much about that, but I think that if men and women were more honest on the first date, a lot of first dates wouldn't happen.
It wouldn't. And
So
I tell
wait,
women
wait,
that
how-
all the time. It would not happen.
I want to ask this question,
Okay.
and by no way is it meant to diminish your story, because that does sound fucked up.
No,
Like,
go
that
ahead.
sounds
Go
really
ahead.
fucked up.
No, but it's a learning experience. It's
For
not
sure.
fucked up.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's what it says. There's always a
It's a
lesson.
learning experience.
There's always a lesson. If you learn, you don't lose.
Exactly.
But the thing is, how cut, like, throat and how dry do y'all really want your dating?
I want
You
this
say-
bitch.
You
I
want,
mean-
like,
all the
because
way.
at some point in dating,
It's
not
not
relationships,
necessarily a little bit,
like,
too.
relationships should hopefully be past the game stage.
Right.
But if we're talking about dating, it's not that it's a game, but there's a degree of gamesmanship
It is a
that kinda
game.
goes on.
No, dating is a game.
And that's
No,
part, but that's
it
part of
is.
the process, kind of feeling somebody out.
Well,
I'm not speaking to
basics,
anything
though.
that could be traumatic. I'm not speaking to any kind of abuse, nothing like that. I'm gonna be clear.
I-
But
I-
just as far as the playing coy,
Right.
So for
that's
me-
kind of a part of it.
In the perfect world, I would love to see a full resume before I agree to go on
That's why
a date.
everybody dating online.
You
though.
see,
Exactly.
But
Tinder
no,
started that. It
Not
was
a
like,
resume,
you know what?
not a resume from that person. Like someone else wrote.
Oh, you want
this
reviews?
resume.
You
You
want
want
a
a
Yelp?
you want a human contact.
so that's one-sided though.
This
That's
nigga want a
one-sided.
Yelp.
Yes,
She want a Yelp review.
Yes, it
Hey,
does.
ladies, how
I
did
mean,
you feel
there
when you went
has
out
to
with
be
this
some
man?
truth.
Yeah, I believe it's some truth, but it's still from that person's perspective as well.
True.
And you could be just butthurt and can say whatever about it. I would say this, like, I think there does need to be some level of transparency and realness in the first date, like, but not to the point to where like I'm trying to get married tomorrow, right?
Right.
Like,
That's what y'all are asking for, a completely expedited
No.
process if you do that.
I'm talking about.
Because what else are we doing here?
The basics.
Yeah, what else
the
is there to talk
I
about?
think
Just the basics.
I think if you want to know like, okay, you know, if y'all going out, y'all having a good time. Maybe not at first, but after the date is progressing, if you've been vibing and stuff. Now, for me, like, you know, am I going to see you again, or is this something that we can do again, right? And if you really feeling this person, like, on that second date now, be like, okay, like, look, I like you, or whatever, and I want to see you more. Like, is this something we can do more exclusive? Because I ain't gonna lie, if I'm dating you for the first time and going on a date, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket.
Nah.
Because
But
shit
I'm
might not
okay
work
with
out.
the honesty because me, I like it straight up blunt from the basics is what I'm saying. Like if you saying, hey, I really like you, you cool, I want to be friends, but I do want this free meal. Bet we can go get something to eat. I don't mind paying for got good conversation. That's what you want. And if I have some expectations at the end, I'm gonna let your ass know too, and we can keep it moving from there. But I would rather you don't waste my time. I'm not gonna waste yours.
Purely transactional.
No, but
Right?
no,
It is.
Yeah.
Credit card.
That's the most precious part about it. Is your time.
Yeah.
If you waste
Don't
your,
waste my time.
nobody wants to waste their time. That's why I
I'm gonna keep
prefer
it a buck.
women to be up
You ain't gotta
front.
ask me if you want to marry me.
Exactly. I'm not talking about marriage, but
Heaven forbid y'all have a terminal illness, because it sounds like y'all like
Hey,
time to waste it.
I need to know. But for real, when you get to a certain age, you don't want to waste
You
your
ain't got time
time.
no more.
You ain't got time for that.
True.
When I talked about the girl in college, okay, that was college. Okay? But best believe now going forward, like I said, that was a learning experience. No, bro, I'm going to talk to you and I'm going to feel you out before I even waste
Before it goes,
my
yeah,
time.
Exactly.
My time is precious to me.
I
Not
would
just
rather
my
you be
money, but my
blunt.
time.
Just be blunt. If you looking for a sugar daddy, shit, say it.
Exactly. Say it. I will respect you more if you are honest and say, hey, you know
Want
what?
a black belly? You know
I
what
mean, I
I'm saying?
think because
That's
then
it.
both parties got the right to decide. Then, like, if this is something I want to participate in, because
Right.
now you can't say shit like 2-3 weeks later, like,
Right.
oh, I didn't know this. No, you knew what this was.
What it
from
was
the
Yes,
jump,
you knew
right?
what it was.
And you decided to do this, and this is where we are, right? And
But I feel
things
like
have
more
changed.
men would be more blunt if they knew women could take it. Because I
I'm
guarantee
blunt.
you, a lot of
Yeah.
women, a lot of men will be like, hey, bro, you know what? Nigga, I think you look good, and I want to fuck. You know what I'm saying? We go out for a date and all this type of
I
stuff.
like you.
And I like
I
you, you
want
know what I'm
you.
saying? Shorty. Look, what the nigga Pop Smoke say? Shorty.
That's what we do.
I want your number and that's
Please
that. You know what I'm
don't.
saying? And I want to
Right.
fuck and that's that. Like, we would be more blunt honest if we knew y'all can take that. And then, but we know that
But
y'all
certain
can't.
women can. No, that's the thing
Yeah.
is, you
I want
got
to see, but they're
give
rare.
them that option. We don't give them that option enough because as everybody sitting here, they all know me personally. Am I not blunt and straight to the point?
No, not you.
But I'm
I
married.
know I'm.
But hold on. But at the end of the day, I'm happily married
Exactly.
because I gave her that option. You know what I'm saying? Give her
What
the
option?
to understand who I am. I'm gonna tell you what I want, how I want it. If you don't, then keep it moving.
Did she give you that same option as well?
Hell yeah.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Y'all were upfront with each other from jump. One person is being
But-
upfront, but the other person is
But
being
who's the man?
behind
We the man,
behind
so
the
we gotta take that lead and do that.
We do.
So
We
it's
do.
like, hey, ma'am, I'm looking for a relationship. No, I'm looking for miscellaneous pussy. Like,
Okay.
which one you want?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Have y'all know the dude named Clint Cooley who created the YouTube what men really would think or what men really
Yeah,
would
that
say?
shit was pretty hilarious.
And it's freaking Clint Cooley.
Josh.
Yeah, bro, it's really funny because it was like he was on a date with a chick and she was like, "When are we gonna see each other again?" He said, "You want me to be honest?" And they went back to the date and she said, "Hey, let me be honest. I like a man that's honest." Okay, you say that, and I'm about to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's the truth.
Yeah.
And I'm about to give you the truth. He was like, "You remember when you said like, you know, you was waiting till marriage to have sex? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not trying to wait till marriage to have sex.
I'm
I
trying to
only
fuck.
did this shit for the sex. I thought literally after we were gonna go out, I thought you was gonna come out, you was gonna open your legs, and you was gonna go. We were gonna go to your door. You gonna jingle your keys, and we was gonna have sex. You said you was waiting till marriage to have sex. He was like, listen, I don't understand you want to be a hoe no more. I applaud that. You gave your life to God. I'm happy for you. But I want someone that's not with God. I want someone that's fucking. And I'm like, nigga, that is the God honest truth. Bro, you can't be out here talking about you want to be a born again virgin when you done fucked majority of your life, ain't got a kid out of it, and expect a nigga to wait for you till marriage.
You know what?
You
Sir
can't
Charles.
do it. Yes,
Sir
sir.
Charles.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna go to we're gonna go back to what Miss Nick Nicole
He
said.
is COVID.
It's the delivery.
I'm COVID.
It's sentient form.
You know what? I am COVID in human form.
It's the delivery. Because you can keep it blunt, but not be a jerk.
Yeah.
There's never. When people,
But what you
people
mean
who
be
talk
a
about
jerk?
being brutally honest.
Brutally honest is being a
never
jerk.
need for brutality. Like,
Just be honest.
Just be
you
honest.
can just be honest.
So
You ain't gotta
if
be
that's
brutal.
not what I just said, is that not the most
Well,
honest
it's just-
among honest?
That's brutally
Well,
honest.
technically, some of what he had to
Honest
say
is honest.
It's valid.
It's okay. Some of it could be valid. Some of it could
So
be
it-
honest.
it's-
but some of it was also unsolicited opinion.
True, but he
So-
even said, he was like, listen, he was like,
And
wait.
at that point, we don't just say it's
But
cool
he even,
because it's honest.
but he even got on her and said, hey, you waited till after I took you to the theater. You waited till after I spent $200 on the theater to tell me that you wasn't having sex until marriage. What the
does
fuck
that
is
do
wrong
with
with you?
anything?
But see, but the thing is,
That's too early for that. Though.
he could also ask a question like, you know, just like how's your, you know, sex life or whatever.
Yes, to fill
Like,
her out. And he was like, I know if I need to spend my money on her or
But he
not.
didn't ask that question,
Right.
so
We don't know that. We don't know if he did before the day. He was just saying, he was just being honest with her after he was dropping her off at
But
home.
that's what that's neither here nor
That's
there.
too
when it
much.
comes. That's too
Yeah,
much.
yeah, that, to me, I think that's brutal because like you can be truthful, but like sometimes you can ask the question, is it necessary? It's not necessary to go that deep and to be that like that hard. Like, you can be like, you know what, like I like you and I respect the fact that you want to be celibate, but for me, I'm not like I'm not planning to get married within the next year or two, so I don't think I can wait
Right.
600 something days to have sex.
He
with
trying
you
to
know
be
what I'm saying?
celibate.
So let me
He didn't
ask-
say that, and that way
But
she can respect it.
Men in this group, let me ask you a question. So let's say let's put y'all in this situation. If you're out with a woman on a date and you know she never told you this before the date, she said, "Hey, I'm basically a born again virgin. I'm waiting to have sex before. I'm waiting
She didn't
on
say
sex."
this before the date?
Huh?
She didn't say it.
She didn't say this before the date.
Okay.
Exactly, because if she did, you would have been like, "I'm out of
Not
here."
this
Wait,
way.
is this the first date?
This is probably the first date.
Okay.
She says, "I'm waiting for marriage to have sex again."
How did that? I mean, I'm not trying
It
to
could've
act
been
like
hard.
I'm so traditional because I'm not. But
Would
like,
you
that-
would
that's
you
a
be like, all
conversation
right?
that
Would
came
you be
up
like,
on the
all right,
first date.
cool, and keep going, or would you be like,
It depends where you're at in your
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
Because if you
that's why I'm asking y'all. It's just
Yeah.
niggas on this show.
Okay,
Oh, just
we
for
go
myself
chat.
first.
Answer that first.
Oh no, that's not the person for me. I wish him well on. Like that's
Corey
fine.
with a Y.
But not
Corey
for
with
me.
just a Y.
And what about you?
I already know his answer.
What's your answer when it comes to that? I'm a born again virgin.
it just depends.
No. It just depends.
Nah.
Answer the question,
Give me
yes
an
or no. Permission to treat the witness as
It
hostile.
depends. Like, I'm gonna speak for myself. I've been married before, right? So I only want to do it one more time, right? Like get married again once. So like that person has to be the person. So I don't have time to wait. So no, I'm not like looking to get married right away. But you know, it just depends. It depends if that person, if I'm vibing with that person,
Right.
I'm feeling like, and based off of that date and stuff, if I'm vibing with them, like you know what, I can see something long term because this person has all of these qualities and they hit these check off. Then I'll be willing to be cool with that, right? But if you're somebody like, and it is totally opposite, and you're just like a party person or whatever, and I'm in that phase right now, you know what? I've been in a long-term relationship for this long,
I like
now I
that.
just want to cut loose for a little bit,
Yeah.
then I'm good with that, you know what I'm saying? So it just depends where you're at,
Yeah.
man.
And I'm
If you were single, because you're married, if you were single
Uh-huh.
and a woman told you that, would you keep going?
Dangerous.
No, I really can see me and my wife had this conversation.
She don't exist right now.
Okay.
But she don't exist right now. You're a single
I'm
man.
backdoor a little bit of what Corey said.
Okay.
It depends on where I'm at in my life.
Okay.
Because if I'm younger, you ain't the one. You keep moving. I'm not gonna have this date. Okay. But as I'm older, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm okay with seeing where this could go if I actually like the person. But if it's me at 22, no.
But if you're like, but if you're 35 and she says, I want to wait till I want to wait till
35?
I'm married again before I have sex.
I would. It depends. It all depends on if I'm feeling her that much.
But
If I think she a cool person, and we can go from there.
She
Because,
stimulates your mind
and this is
more
what,
than
and this
just
is
your
why I'm gonna tell you.
wounds.
I'm gonna keep it a buck while I'm telling you this, because I don't believe no woman when they tell me that.
I just finna say that. So like
I
a
don't
lot of
either.
times,
Yeah.
a lot of times women are filling out guys and trying to see what
Yeah.
you want, right?
Oh, it's a shit
Because
test.
They'll say that.
Since you, hold on, I'm gonna keep it. Hold on, I don't like to cut you off. I don't like cutting them off, but we gonna keep it a buck. Since my wife is on the show, yeah, my wife thought she was a born again virgin too.
She said she thought.
Oh, she hit you with it.
She said she thought.
So
That ain't happening.
explain it. But explain.
So
take
what
us through
did
that.
you do to change
Take us
it?
through that. Take us through that. Take us through that.
The order's that far.
No, orders there gonna let that can out that boy.
Yeah,
We did a 5 to 10 that boy.
got a sprung that boy.
What happened is I was, to be honest with you, I think what did it is because I was a gentleman. I did not force the issue. I did none of the sort. We kicked it. We was friends. We had a good old
She
time.
felt safe, felt
She
comfortable.
felt safe. She still to this day don't believe that I was trying to get something when I got something.
Oh, every woman's gonna
Because
say
it
it.
wasn't an expectation.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
like
that's
how
it
is
was
this not
a
the
shit
moral of the
test.
story that if you're not so reliant upon
Sex.
how
So you trying
a
to force
receipt,
I got you.
maybe just have some game about you. Maybe
Yeah.
just be.
Because I don't
personable.
believe no woman when they say I'm a born again
And if it
virgin.
doesn't happen, it doesn't
I
happen.
don't
Ain't
either.
no such thing. That's just
I
not
don't either.
factual. You
I don't
can't
either.
be born again and you ain't a virgin no more.
No,
So
like
it
once
ain't
you've
happening.
already crossed that road,
You
once you
open
already
that
crossed that
door.
line, you're done.
Yeah, it's-
Okay, but we're like mincing words at that point. All that means is, listen, I'm not fucking right now, and that's fine.
That's it. And right now can turn it real quick.
And then that's for listen. I guess if you want
Bro,
to
she
have
said,
that
Gloria,
conversation,
Gloria,
bro, like,
were you shit testing Ant when you said that? Were you trying to see where his head was at?
No.
No, she saw my head was at.
So when you said that, like you was really like, I'm not trying to.
Well, yeah, because I actually wasn't with anybody for like 8 months prior to I met him, so I
Okay.
really wasn't, doing anything, and I just wasn't the type of person that just went around just fucking guys. So.
She didn't know she was gonna be this smooth nigga.
I mean
like
that's
me,
cool,
you
but
know.
that's cool.
But
But why go as far
Well,
as the
because-
fact of like I'm not trying to.
Well, because that's your mind, especially
Mindset.
when you haven't done it for that
You're
long.
not worried about it.
That's
Right.
you're not thinking about it, and then.
Right.
You
But
don't
instead
have
of
a man.
saying-
so then when you,
Uh-huh.
and with us just being friends
You know,
at
I can't
first,
sleep,
I
I've
wasn't
seen
thinking
it.
about it. So you say it because that's something that you want to do for yourself as a woman.
Right.
Okay, right.
But when we are human,
When you're
you're
comfortable.
starting, you're comfortable,
Mhm.
and you like a guy,
Yeah,
if
so
that
in the walls
situation
down.
presents itself,
Yeah.
of course you're gonna fold.
Right.
We let the wall
I
down.
mean,
Yeah, and the thing is, you have to be willing as a man to allow them walls to get knocked down.
True, I agree with that because a lot of dudes hear that and they be like, "Oh, you saying that right now, but later you ain't gonna be able to resist this for too long."
Man,
We
like,
do have that mindset if a woman does say that, and when 9 times out of 10 we think it's bullshit.
I never think a woman when they say I'm a reborn virgin and ain't getting married, and ain't having sex on married, I don't believe it.
Honestly, what I believe when I hear that, like I believe
Ever.
I believe you've been hurt.
Hold on, she said for the record, she never said that.
She never
It's
said
like
okay.
it's a hidden
She
treasure.
hinted to it pretty
Like
much.
it's some
She
cheap
hinted
ass
to it,
joke.
But
okay.
she never said it.
She never said it.
So I don't believe
But
that
she was,
happened.
but she was one. She basically said, "I'm gonna make you work for it."
So
I'm
no,
gonna make. I'm gonna,
what you're saying
That's
is
cool.
that what they're saying is like I've been in a situation before and I trusted somebody and my trust was like like they basically shitted on my trust
Yeah.
and I was taken advantage of. So now I just don't feel open or safe to give myself to somebody right,
Right.
now. So like you said, you got to work for it. Like and
I don't believe it. You gotta work.
once you get to that point,
I've never
But
worked.
you gotta realize that they're.
No, and no,
So
you gotta.
you work
but
for
you
it.
are, you
But
work
you
for
never-
it.
No, that's work to them. It ain't work to me because I'm being myself. So therefore, that's not work.
Okay,
So
but
who I was brought down them walls. See,
No.
and that's the
I mean,
no.
yeah.
He
no,
told
real
her what
shit.
she wanted to hear, just so she.
No, I don't do that. And see, the problem is we got too many dudes that's trying to say what the woman wants to get it, but you have to keep that up. If you just be you
Yeah, I
and
agree
it
with
happens,
that. I agree with
it
that.
ain't work.
But everybody's acting nowadays. Niggas are
No,
acting,
no,
females are acting.
No,
They are.
I ain't acting.
In society, no. I know you wasn't probably at that time. You were being yourself. And on top of that, y'all were friends before y'all took it to that next level. So it was easy.
A different-
But a lot of people are not friends when they. Because I told you right now, I don't believe men and women can be friends.
Yeah, but girls that was married that I had sex with before, that wasn't my wife, I didn't work for. Period.
But you're thinking work like, all right, my intention is to put in this work so I can get them draws, right?
Mhm.
Like that's what your
Right.
mentality of work
Uh-huh.
is. That's not what it is to us. It's spending time. It's communicating.
That's putting in work to them.
Right.
Which is why I'm saying, like, if
But I
you
didn't
handing
spend
this
time.
like a receipt,
We didn't
kinda
spend time
looking
talking to
backwards.
I said every woman outside my
It's like
wife,
you're
I
reading
didn't
the
spend no
map.
time.
Right.
Backwards.
Because 9 times out of 10, if you hit, then they think you're just going to leave
Time
and not
is
come
an
back.
essence, hurry the fuck up. That's what we was doing. Am I lying?
What?
Was you worried about time?
I've never been worried about time.
Have you been worried about time?
Like, I don't want to be
No.
ungrateful for the life that I've lived.
We've been keeping it
but
buck, though.
I don't have a terminal illness.
No.
Hold on, when you say worried about, hold up, I'm confused. When you say you're worried
I'm
about
under the
time,
impression that I have nothing but time, I guess, until I don't.
when you're worried about time,
What I'm saying, we wasn't putting in. I'm just keep it real with you. Women are easy.
I mean, they are.
Elaborate, please.
Oh, we are.
We're
Don't
not.
worry, we are.
These women that have these so-called walls that they have.
You remember when hold on, let me say this before you continue.
16.
You remember when I said on a previous episode when I said females would be hoes? Would basically have sex all the time. I ain't gonna say it would have sex all the time if the term hoe was not invented. You remember when I said that?
Ain't that nigga now?
Okay.
I got the rope right here.
When I said that, that means like women would not care. They would basically have, because women want to have sex just as much as men do. But because they're so shamed for it, if they do it, within a easy amount of time or early amount of time, then they're looked at as, oh, she's a hoe or she's this and that. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
What are you saying?
I'm saying you shouldn't care. We don't care. Y'all shouldn't care.
Hell no.
Why not? Why is that a hell no? You shouldn't care, therefore we don't
I'm
care.
gonna have to take him on. We got the same.
You gotta take that shot.
Why?
Let me.
Hold on. Does everybody disagree?
Did
with me?
anybody know what he's
You
talking
don't
about?
disagree?
Look,
No,
hold on,
I
wait a
don't
minute.
agree with it.
You don't agree with it?
No.
You don't agree?
I disagree.
Yeah.
Damn it!
I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
just,
like,
Take that goddamn shot.
just a little
You
different.
disagree?
Just
Take
yeah,
that.
a little-
You disagree?
I hate
Hold
to-
up. I got one more ally behind the camera. Mud, do you disagree?
I don't even know what you was talking about.
Exactly.
Another one.
Boy, I was confused.
For the rest of
Fuck.
that, call me C lazy. We can't even don't even call it
He laid it back.
C lazy.
Hold on. I think I got one more, but I don't think it's
Nah, it ain't gonna work.
Gloria, do you disagree?
You already know what that is, Red.
Her silence has been noted. She
I was
does.
trying.
I wasn't sure. I'm like,
He was talking, I was like, where are we going with this one?
okay, so back to what were you saying?
Well, what I'm saying is we didn't work like the women when they were younger, and not all women, I'm talking about the majority, were fairly easy. And that was not
In what sense?
having
Because
sex.
that's what they wanted to do.
Okay.
They wanted to do it.
Yep.
They had a man that was willing to be not judgmental of them doing it. And then not only that, they felt that if they did not do it, they would continue with that man. That's a lot of young mindsets with women. They have sex early because they like, if I don't give it up, he's not gonna like me.
This is the pre-sugar daddy phase.
Yeah,
The pre-sugar daddy era.
Yeah.
Okay, so at one point the question has to be asked, like, why are they feeling that way?
Our fault. It's 100%
It's
us.
our fault.
So we can't say like, hey, y'all should be more blunt if we've given them every reason not to be blunt.
No, I was saying what you think would happen if the most men and women, if the male specifically, that's why I said no, not the woman.
From the jump.
If we was from the jump honest to a woman, how would that dating go? Because I think it's more on us where we lose at. We put out, we don't want women to be gold diggers, right? But you're taking a roof Chris to the first date. You pull up in a rented out Lamborghini. Nigga, she gonna think you got bread.
I mean, you see.
So are we under
the
the assumption that this has to do with like a male-female dynamic? And I ask that because, okay, so what about a homosexual relationship
What, goddamn?
between two men?
Or between two, I'm very uncomfortable.
Hell no.
You take a
Which
shot.
one is it? I mean,
Don't
I'll take a
go
shot.
there.
I'll clean the table, but it's
Hey, you know what?
Y'all can
Hey,
pour some more.
hey,
But at
I
some
like
point,
he's all
I
about
will
that life.
expect an answer to that question.
I'm gonna answer that question. Okay, repeat that one more time. I got.
So I ask this because the thing is that unless we really think that this is something that has to do with like the dynamic between men and the dynamic between women.
Okay.
Or just relationships at all.
If it's just relationships at all, then
It's both men and women because most of the time,
I think.
let's be realistic on that. Okay, when you have two gay men, right?
Uh-huh.
One is considered a woman, one is considered a man.
Not always.
Not always.
What
Not
did-
always.
You seen two buff ass
Buff ass dudes, like just
Actually,
straight
yes.
both
Not
ain't man in a
all,
relationship. Somebody's getting fucked,
Listen,
and the person getting
not
fucked is
often
the
or
woman.
not.
but the majority,
My point is this:
No,
is that at the end of the day, you're talking about people.
right?
I've had
So
conversations.
people and their expectations are going to be different from person to person.
I think
regardless.
it's still a
And I don't
male
think that-
feminine type thing.
I don't think that dating would change. Like, really, if this, I don't know, if Thanos snaps his fingers and tomorrow everybody, or half the people, whatever, are all really blunt,
Uh-huh.
I don't think your dynamics of relationships are going to change that much.
Ooh,
At some
You don't
point,
think so? I think so.
it's
I think
it's
it
always
is.
going to be gamesmanship at some point. Always.
Why though?
It's one. Why?
Why?
Because at some point it's just friendly getting to know somebody in the pursuit in that regard.
Okay.
Some of what y'all have been talking about sounds like straight up deception. I'm not talking about that. Like anybody that's being straight up deceitful, that's different.
But that's most.
But some
that's
of them is just
Thank you. That's most people on the first date, whether it's a man or a woman.
Well, so like,
A man is deceitful by basically saying, hey, I'm going to take you out on this date and I'm spending money on you and all that type of stuff, but in my mind, I want to fuck you later.
let's keep it real. Like, so
Not first.
let's keep it real.
I wanna go
First dates, first week,
All
first
right.
2 weeks. It is a game and shit.
Yeah.
First
That's
couple
what I'm
weeks,
saying.
everybody's putting on some type of front.
Right.
I want
It's a
you to
game.
believe
Yeah.
that I'm that
I'm
man
not talking about relationships.
or that person
Relationships.
that
That's what I'm
you
talking about. There's this.
If we're talking about dating, like courtship,
Yeah.
Everybody.
it's some of it that is
It's
just
a
going to be
game,
games.
bro.
Which I just met you.
It's a
Yeah,
game.
I-
Like,
No, it's a
I'll tell you
game.
this.
I'm trying to be
Shanique,
opposite
let
of the
me
person
use
that
you as an
did like.
example. We already know each other. But like, if you were somebody I was pursuing, myself on the first date, and I get what you said, you know, it'd be nice if you had like a human Carfax or something
Right,
like that.
that's
I'm not giving somebody I just met that.
No.
I'm like, I just met
Right.
you.
Yeah.
And again, I understand if women feel the same way, but like, I just met you.
But there's a difference in pretending to be something.
That's deceitful. Again, I'm not talking about that.
But that's why I say the
So,
game.
for example,
That's what
with
I said,
something.
And if
that
somebody
someone
takes you out to a nice place, are they being deceitful or did they want to take you out to a nice
Right.
place?
No, that's where they talk when they talk to you and they see what type of woman that you are. Because like when it comes to women, I do my research. I check your Facebook. I check your Instagram. I try to see.
Stalker in this
I ain't no
Yo,
stalker.
no.
I ain't no
You
stalker.
can't say you do
Janae.
your research, but at the
Right.
same time, find out in the middle of the date that it's just for friends. 'Cause
Oh
like,
no, but that's what I'm
that shit have to
saying.
go into the research.
But she's not gonna tell me that from jump. If women would tell you, if they knew they could still go on a date and tell you that from jump, then they will. But they know if I tell this nigga I just want to be friends, 9 times out of 10 I'm not gonna get this date.
Well, then we've answered our own question earlier about why don't they say this. So
True.
what was that rhetorical?
So therefore, it's deceptive. That's why they're being deceptive.
Yeah.
Men are being deceptive by taking them out on a date and then trying to be a man that they think
That
that
they're
they
not,
want
yeah.
just so they can hit the skin.
Man, I gotta be honest for myself. Look, I'm just kind of going with the flow or going with whatever it is
You
that
going
I
with the
want to
vibe.
do with this person.
Mhm.
Like, if we go to somewhere super nice, it's just that we've gone somewhere super nice.
So have you ever led a woman on to get the draws?
But see, now this is a completely different question. And yes, there have been times that I have not been the best version of myself. But as far as like, if we're talking about leading, like I can provide you some sort of life, hell no.
No, not that. But like you,
Nah, you
You
can
can have
do
a
what you need
date.
to do to get what you
yeah,
want.
you can be having a date and a woman is starting to more or less feel you. And when a woman starts to really feel you and feel like you got a connection, that's when your questions get smaller and theirs get bigger. They start to ask you,
Real
okay,
question.
real quick, like, what are your life goals? What are your 5-year plan? They start hitting you with like, you know, all that good stuff. And where do you see this going from here? And the nigga's like, in his head, I see this going to my bedroom. And they're smashing right now, but I know if I say that, I ain't getting the draw.
But
Exactly. So I'm going to make you feel like I like you more than I really do.
I mean,
That's
So
and
I'm
That's
gonna
the
be
thing.
honest. For me personally, like now that I'm thinking about this, this all good conversation. It's making me laugh just thinking about that. Like, well, I'm thinking about going to the bedroom.
This is like that Venn diagram.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm saying for me personally, like I wouldn't want to be so blunt up front because for me, I'm going to this like date or whatever with no expectations, right?
Which
so
you should.
and I'm not. That's why I can't be disappointed,
Right.
because I'm not going in with any expectations.
Right.
Like if you were somebody that's cool based off of us just talking, like hey, let's go out sometime, let's go grab a bite to eat or go do this or whatever. I'm going and I'm gonna take it for that. As the night is progressing, then you can find out like is it going towards something? Like for me, based off of our conversation can you hold a conversation first of all, right? And like, do you laugh at my jokes? Because I like to talk about crazy stuff, right? If you can't laugh at stuff, if you can't like be like just in a moment and just do something, like it doesn't have to be. You got to be at some fancy place to feel like you all connected and engaged. If you can't just be in a moment and like have a good time wherever, if we're at freaking whatever that golf place is or
Top Golf.
Top
Top
Golf.
Golf, that's still an
Starbucks.
expensive ass
If
date.
you can't
Top
be
Golf
that,
ain't cheap.
like, then I know for a fact, for me personally, then I'm not trying to pursue it anymore. But like, we're just gonna enjoy this night. It's gonna be what it is, and it's done, right?
Which
Yeah.
is why
That's
the
in the
best,
perfect world, though.
the best first
Exactly.
dates are places where you can experience something.
Yes.
Like a Top Golf.
Exactly.
Yes.
Instead of going and sitting at dinner.
Yeah, where
Right.
half the time you have
You
to be
sit-
eating
it's
the
awkward.
food in your mouth.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same reason why we're not going to a movie.
Hell
We have
no.
to sit
Nah,
inside.
yeah, I hate movie
Like
first
I said,
dates
these things-
because you're not talking. Yeah,
Some
like I
of
hate
this
that.
gets
I'm
to-
very strategic on where the first date is going to be because I want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? I want to get to know you. But on the other hand, nigga, I'm not trying to take you to this extravagant place on the first date and waste my money when you
Why
are.
is it wasting your money if you were to genuinely enjoy yourself in the conversation and the experience?
I have a follow-up question, and on
Okay.
top of that, or
Let's
in
see that.
addition to that,
Yeah, let's
rather,
do that.
what if you do all of this, spend whatever amount of money, no matter how low or how high,
Mhm.
and this person is horrible?
I mean,
Horrible.
man,
Then you pissed off.
Like, it's the
You're
worst.
mad. You're mad because you spent your hard-earned money on somebody who did not deserve
bad
it.
experience and no ass. You
That's
mad.
why. That's why we are so.
That's
why we're
just
so
life.
skeptical.
It sucks, but
It is.
I can think of people that I've wasted time being around, and I look back and it's like, damn, that shit used to bother me a lot.
Mhm.
And then it's like, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't go back and get it.
I put it
It's
No,
like
you
this.
can't go back and get it. But that's why I say it's just a learning
On
experience.
those
For sure.
situations, I looked at those as I don't go through them, I grow through them.
Mhm.
So
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
yeah, I'm gonna learn something from that day. It's like
Well, you
I know
should.
I saw that sign, so I know
There you go, right
I'm
there.
gonna go ahead and
You
not
gotta
do that
believe people
again.
when they show you that.
Yeah, we can go have popcorn. Like what the hell, you know, we're not going to Roof Chris. Like not happening.
And
No.
sometimes it'll hurt.
Yeah.
That's why there's an owl in growth.
Yeah, well,
Did
The more you know.
that's why there's that.
The more you know.
Oh my god.
But that's the point.
That sounded like a
Some of
Dr.
these
Phil
situations are
home
gonna
moment.
suck.
You know what? That's why there's an owl.
In the delivery, but the truth is the truth. Like, yes, sometimes you're gonna interact with people, you will have wasted your time, you may have wasted your money, heaven forbid you have done both.
right.
Like, but that's just how it is.
It is.
Like,
And dating world is
You're
hard.
taking a risk.
yeah.
But best believe, before you take this risk, nigga, you gonna try to do your research before you just jump in.
So-
But see, I think that's what's hurting us doing too much research and
Why?
not being organic because a mouth will tell you anything.
But I
You a researcher person, you don't. How many people tell the truth on their social media?
Dang.
You know what? Hey, look.
That's why a lot of niggas say, hey, let's go out for
No.
drinks for the first date.
You
Cause
got
jokes
to
on, nigga,
learn
tells
that
no
person,
tales.
man.
One thing I do ask, so when I go on dates, like it's a standard question.
You got pretty feet?
After
He said that because Q ain't here.
one question I do ask based off of just some experiences back in college and stuff, right? And this is so funny. So I ask all chicks this, and like most of the time, like you talking about honesty, I ask like women, like, yo, so on a scale from 1 to 10, what's your level of crazy, right? Because I believe, like I know it's a crazy question, but I believe everybody has some level of crazy in them, right? Obviously,
Okay.
I think it can be brought upon like based off of something some guy put you through, right? And it can make you act crazier. But like when I say that, and sometimes they laugh. They're like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "From 1 to
And
10."
it's all about your tone and delivery of the question.
But hold on, no.
I'm serious.
I get you. Let me,
I'm not serious.
but think about how this sounds.
It's
Let's
the
say,
reason
I'm
why
gonna
you
reenact. So let's say me and Shanique are out on a date right now, right? And I say, hey Shanique, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm vibing, I'm feeling you.
I'ma laugh when I ask you, but I'm
and then I'm just like, but I just have to ask you a simple question real quick. What's your level of crazy?
And every girl has an answer for that.
They ain't gonna tell the truth.
But they ain't gonna tell the
No,
truth
so
though.
I would.
And then, hold up, but first off, what is your thought when I ask that question? What's the first thing that runs your mind when I ask
He's
that question?
probably had some crazy chicks. And
Exactly.
I've heard
That's
stories,
me.
so I know they're out there.
So you gonna protect yourself if you like this person and not tell them
And
the
not
crazy
tell them
shit
you're
you
actual
did.
crazy.
Yeah.
Deception.
Hey, hold up,
Deceptive.
hold up. So
Chad, you was on to something there.
Exactly.
Hold up.
I'm not. You are. You was on something without knowing you was on something. Deceptive.
this is funny. I think most people. I think
You
it's
just said she's protecting herself.
Deception.
By being deceptive.
No, because I think every man has
You think you
How
just
dare you
shot.
protect
Chad,
yourself?
get
Like,
shot.
what?
Are you gonna tell me? Are you gonna tell
What are we doing?
my crazy is on a scale of 10? Are you gonna
Chad,
tell me
get shot.
you
Yeah.
are a whole
Hey,
lot?
like, look, now if you talk, but think about it, because the very first question was about being blunt, like women and men, right?
Right.
So some people are. It's so funny because I'm just thinking back over these past 4 years I've been single, right? I asked it on different dates, right? And most of the time, people be like 4 or whatever. You keep it low. I literally had this one chick. What's place in freaking Nicosina or whatever, right? Chick was fine as hell. So I was like, I'm about to talk about places, right? I ain't never been to Nicosina my damn self. I ain't know where to park at or nothing, right?
Right.
But she was fine as hell. I'm like, you know what? We finna go to Nicosina. She wants to go there. Let's go. We up in this bad boy, and we vibing, we chilling, laughing and everything. And I asked her that question. I said, so let me just ask you a question. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think your level of crazy is? And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm talking level of crazy. Like, do you just blow somebody's phone up, call them over and over? Do you cuss them out?
Right.
Do you put tires on flat?
You know what I'm saying? Do you
bust
bleach
the
their
windows
clothes?
out? She said, hey, this girl, she told me, she said, well, probably an 8. I damn near swallowed my iced tea. I was like, what? Like I never heard somebody just really come out and say that, right? 2-3 minutes later, we're sitting there talking. She looks past me. She's like, what that bitch looking at? I was like, oh.
She looking at you?
I was like, oh. No, she was looking past me and somebody else.
No, but she was looking at the bitch. She was looking at the chick that was looking at you.
Do you wish she
She thought she was looking at you, right?
I don't know because I'm facing her, so she was looking back here and she was like, what that bitch looking at? And I'm thinking of that commercial, dude, want to get away?
Hey, did you go on a second date?
I did.
Oh,
See, that's what I'm saying. If the chick is fine enough, got that body, got that ass, you gonna tolerate whatever you can tolerate.
Check this out.
Doesn't matter.
It does not matter.
It does. Though.
Shit.
It didn't matter because like, I ain't gonna lie.
She was about to whoop a bitch's ass that was looking behind you.
Hey, check this out.
That should have been a clear indication.
I was
Your
done.
crazy was 10.
I was done with it. I was done when she said that, right? Until we got up and we got ready to leave. I was like, damn.
So our booty, you was like, damn, I ain't
Yes. Do you hear? Now do you understand? You will tolerate the woman that's fine enough. You will
Then after
tolerate.
the second date, I was like, you know what? I tried one more time. I couldn't do it.
But you know what?
I couldn't do it though.
That
I
goes
tried.
back to a previous show that we was talking about the men ignore signs because we never planned to do shit more than fuck with you that first day.
Exactly.
I wasn't
So we
saying
see them
Exactly.
signs, we like,
We try to ignore it because she got that.
But I'ma try
bro,
to
she
hate
is
though.
crazy as hell, but she got a
Yes.
Which is why I was just saying.
Deception.
None of this matters.
There's no what you want to deal with, and you gonna suffer
Everybody's
consequences later.
playing. I keep saying this entire time that there's a degree of gamesmanship.
But
Everyone is playing in this game.
Most people have.
This is
some
like the
sort of-
offense being mad. How dare the defense take the field? Like,
I mean, bro, it's like fucking Saw. Like, it's like if a nigga comes in like, hey, wanna play a
Well,
game?
people
Like,
always,
it's-
people always have their intentions going into it,
Hell
even
yeah.
if you don't have intentions.
Right.
You go into it saying, even I'm gonna have a good time and maybe I'll see them again.
It's very rare that niggas go into situations like that and don't have intentions, whether it's a man or a woman.
So
I feel
check
like
it.
everybody has intentions.
We'll start
That's what
with
I'm
you.
saying. that-
Real quick. Give me what's your advice for the first date? Quick. Real quick.
Advice for the first date:
Yeah. Your
take her
advice.
somewhere simple, and just enjoy conversation.
Your advice.
Be you.
I like that one. Yep.
She beat me to it. Be yourself and take them somewhere where you can get to be yourself and hope that they'll do the same.
They same thing. Be yourself, and then like just want to find out who you are, like
Right.
and not some fabricated version of what you think I want to hear.
Right. So with that being said, men and women, we see the clear thing is just be you. Just do you, be you. And the first date it goes smooth. At the most part. If you're yourself, it'll go smooth because that person will usually respect who you are at the end of the day. They may not go on a second one,
Yeah.
but they're gonna respect that you were being yourself on the first date. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get back to some more shit later on at the time. I'll be damn, we out.
Just don't say number 8. Don't say 8.
8.